Hey, my friends, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to XRP Daily Brief and to a new episode about the crypto markets. Today, I want to give you a calm, honest update. The market is still holding strong, prices are stable, and there are some very important events coming in the next few days. So listen carefully until the end. First, let's talk about the overall market. The total crypto market cap is a little higher than yesterday. Yesterday, we were around $3.1 trillion. And right now, we are around $3.11 trillion. It's not a huge move, but it shows the market is holding its ground, not crashing. The good thing is, coins are keeping their prices, there is no big panic, and we are coming out of a heavy fear period. Now let's look at the main coins. Bitcoin is still holding above $91,000. Yesterday's daily close was around $90,500. And now Bitcoin is trading above $91,000. A few hours ago, Bitcoin even touched $92,000 for a short time. But if you look at the price action, it's mostly sideways. Bitcoin is moving in a consolidation zone, a range, not a big trend up or down. This is often called an accumulation phase, where smart money is slowly positioning itself. Ethereum is also looking okay. It's still trading above $3,000, around $3,035. Again, nothing crazy, but it is holding an important level. Now let's talk about what we care about the most here, XRP. Right now, XRP is around $2.19. For the last day or so, XRP has been moving in a very tight range between $2.18 and $2.21. That's a difference of only 3 cents. This is a classic consolidation zone, also called a consolidation phase or accumulation phase. The price is going sideways in a small box, not breaking down, not breaking up yet. For me, this is a bullish sign. When a coin stays in a small range like this after a move up, it often prepares for the next leg higher. And we have a very clear reason why XRP might move up soon. Let's talk about the big XRP news. Starting tomorrow, Monday, the 1st of December, a new spot XRP ETF will begin trading for the company 21 shares. It will trade on the exchange under the ticker symbol TOXR. This will be the 5th spot XRP ETF on the market. Every time a new institutional product like this appears, a spot ETF, a trust, or another fund, it means more institutional investors can buy XRP easily, more demand for XRP, less available supply on exchanges. When demand goes up and supply becomes more limited, the price usually has pressure to move higher. This is why I am calm and optimistic about XRP in the short term. We might see a strong move for XRP starting tomorrow, so pay attention. Now let's move to the macro news and global events because they also affect crypto. First, the Federal Reserve and quantitative tightening, or QT. During the COVID period, the Federal Reserve changed its policies a lot. For some time, they followed quantitative tightening, which basically means they were not injecting a lot of new money into the system and were being more restrictive. Now, this phase of quantitative tightening is scheduled to end on the 1st of December, which is tomorrow. What does that mean in simple words? It means there is a possibility that more money will start entering the markets again, especially risk-on markets like stocks and crypto. If more liquidity comes into the system, some of it usually flows into Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. This is another reason why I feel optimistic about the coming period. Second, let's talk about interest rates. The market is now pricing in a very high probability of another interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve soon. The target rate probabilities for around 10th December are close to 88 to 90% for a third rate cut. A rate cut usually means cheaper money, easier borrowing, and more appetite for risk assets like crypto. So again, this is another positive signal for the crypto market. Third, let's mention Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve. He is expected to give an important speech in the next 24 hours. There are even some rumors, just rumors for now, that he might announce his resignation. If something big happens, like a major change in leadership or policy, it can create volatility in the markets. So the next day or two could be very important. Now, what about Bitcoin and politics? Recently, former U.S. President Donald Trump said that from now on, the U.S. government will not sell its Bitcoin. He criticized the previous administration for selling large amounts of Bitcoin, and he said they should have kept it. If this policy is real and continues, it means less selling pressure from government reserves, a more bullish narrative for Bitcoin as a strategic asset. This doesn't just help Bitcoin. A strong Bitcoin often supports the whole crypto market, including XRP. Now let's talk about sentiment. The Fear and Greed Index has moved from extreme fear into the fear zone, the orange area. This is actually a good sign. Extreme fear means people are in panic mode. Now we are still in fear, but it is less extreme. From here, the market can slowly move into neutral and later into greed if prices continue to rise. Any moment, the mood of the market can change from selling to strong buying. All it takes is a few big positive events, and we already have several lining up. However, I don't want to give you only bullish news. Let's also talk about the negative voices out there so the picture is balanced. Recently, Robert Kiyosaki warned that we are entering what he calls the biggest economic crash in history. He says that by 2026, millions of people may lose everything if they are not careful and do not protect their savings. We also have Peter Schiff, who is again saying that Bitcoin is basically worthless or a bubble. We have been hearing the same thing from him for many years. So yes, there are people who are very bearish, who think a huge crash is coming and that crypto will suffer. My personal view is this: I listen to both sides, but I choose to focus on the opportunities. I prefer to look at the full half of the glass, not the empty half. So where does that leave us? Bitcoin is holding above $91,000. Ethereum is above $3,000. XRP is consolidating around $2.18 to $2.21 in a tight range, which often means accumulation. A new spot XRP ETF from 21 shares with ticker TOXR starts tomorrow. The Federal Reserve is expected to end quantitative tightening and may cut rates again soon. The total crypto market cap is slightly higher than yesterday. Sentiment has improved from extreme fear to fear. All of these are strong signals that the market may be getting ready for a new phase. Personally, I believe 2026 can be a huge and decisive year for crypto, and that the last month of 2025, this December, can already be very strong. Of course, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research, manage your risk, and never invest money you cannot afford to lose. But I remain optimistic, especially for XRP, given the ETF news and the macro backdrop. If you found this daily brief useful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me continue to bring you these updates every day. Thank you for watching XRP Daily Brief. I wish you all success and profitable investments. See you in the next video. So again, this is another positive signal for the crypto market. Third, let's mention Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve. He is expected to give an important speech in the next 24 hours. There are even some rumors, just rumors for now, that he might announce his resignation. If something big happens, like a major change in leadership or policy, it can create volatility in the markets. So the next day or two could be very important. Now, what about Bitcoin and politics? Recently, former U.S. President Donald Trump said that, from now on, the U.S. government will not sell its Bitcoin. He criticized the previous administration for selling large amounts of Bitcoin, and he said they should have kept it. If this policy is real and continues, it means less selling pressure from government reserves, a more bullish narrative for Bitcoin as a strategic asset. This doesn't just help Bitcoin. A strong Bitcoin often supports the whole crypto market, including XRP.